Hey everyone, welcome to the Drama Club. On this week's episode, we discuss the Bella Thorne and Whoopi Goldberg feud, and then May tells the story of Hollywood Madam Heidi Fleiss. Stay tuned.
What up, fam? It's good, y'all. Feels good, right? Yeah, I know it do. And without further ado, we broadcasting live from CA to NY.
Jenny went to Hawaii.
What's she doing out there?
I don't know, she's with some friend.
Okay.
I know, isn't that cute?
What island did she go to?
Honolulu. That's like, I would not want to ever go there.
I always ask people what island they went to as if I fucking know what that means, but just... Spoiler alert, I do not know what that means.
What island did y'all go to? California.
Dope.
Nice.
I don't have like a super interest in going to Hawaii, but it looks beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like if I don't know, like if for some reason I was offered like a trip there, I would go, but I'm not like, you know where I gotta go? Hawaii.
Yeah, it's like the perfect, easiest vacation. It's like, I totally get it now that we've been.
Would you
I
go
really,
again?
Really liked it. With like friends, yeah. But not, I wouldn't want to go just me and Howell again.
Yeah.
For why?
Yeah. I really want to go.
He said that's really mean.
Which one of our followers is like at a listeners
In
is like
Mexico?
at a really lit vacation in Mexico?
I mean, I don't think she's still there.
No, she's not still there, but when she was there, I was
Yeah,
real
it looked
jealous.
Awesome. It looked really awesome.
And they had like the traditional dancing and shit.
Yeah.
That shit looked amazing.
Oh man, I thought I had saved it. I don't know who it was. Which one of y'all went to Tulum? Let us know. Hit us up.
505-539-0556. Hook us up with your travel agent. We're trying to go.
Yeah. Travel agent. The fuck? Oh, what are you doing today? Sorry.
What am I doing today? Nothing, I don't think. I'm tired.
Good, that's perfect.
I hurt
Me
myself
too.
yesterday.
Oh no, why me?
It was like well, I had hurt myself the day before at
Why'd you go back?
yoga
Stupid?
because this one I had to go to this because it was like a Madonna Pride Planned Parenthood like benefit type thing.
Uh-huh.
And I helped curate the playlist, so I was like I had to go. And I was
no,
like,
you hurt yourself?
yeah, and like my whole body
man.
hurts, and now I'm like, oh fuck.
Oh my god, that sucks.
Yeah, I fucked up, man.
People are liking the JFK episode, so that's cool.
Who wouldn't, baby?
Right? I like that tweet where the girl was like, I gotta show this to my mom. We should have, the name of our podcast should have been the Thirsty Mom Club.
Nah, if we were moms, we're dog moms.
Yeah. Did you see this? Maybe this just pissed me off. That Kevin Sorbo saying feminists aren't, like, where are the feminists defending Sarah Sanders?
Oh.
He was like,
defending
feminists
her
only
for what?
defend, exactly. Because she's like because she's making this like choice to like go be with her family instead of continuing her career, I guess. But that's not why people don't like her.
Right.
Like, nobody has a problem with that, my dude. Like, that's not a feminist issue. Everybody was dragging him on Twitter because he was like, feminists only care about liberals. Where are the feminists defending Sarah Sanders? And they were like, defending her for what? Like same shit.
Kevin Sorbo is so problematic.
What the fuck was he in?
Hercules.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He found his niche.
The only Hercules that matters is the Disney one, all right?
not even that one, honestly. Well, he made like some right-wing movie.
Oh.
And I honestly, like, I feel like I never heard him talk about any of this shit until after he made that movie. So I think like he needed the money, made that movie, and then found out like, oh, hold up.
Oh, he gets a lot of clout on Twitter.
Yeah, I could be one of these guys.
Yeah, and make money off it.
Yeah.
I don't need a soul. Fuck it. Then I was looking at his Twitter after the Sarah Sanders things. There were some good responses to him too. Somebody was like, I will always defend Sarah's like right to equal pay, or
Mhm.
like, you know, if she has like a feminist issue, I would defend her. But she's just a fucking liar. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not
fucking
defending
trash.
that bitch for lying. Yeah, like what?
And we're paying her salary for her to lie to us?
Yeah,
Like,
fuck that shit.
no, fuck
Go
you.
home, bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go. I salute her. Go be a mom. That's nice.
Go lie to your kids.
Go lie to your kids. Your shitty kids.
Do that shit for free.
Then I was like looking at his Twitter, and he had one that was like, liberals, we must not let unvaccinated kids into our schools. Also, liberals, let all these unvaccinated immigrants into the United States.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot.
Oh my God.
I know.
I got more vaccines than the average American, tell you that
That's
much.
true though. That's very true though. You got that fucking scar on your arm.
Yep.
You know that one? What is that shit?
That one is the tuberculosis, I think.
Yeah, you know you're a real one when you see someone with that
Yeah.
scar. I'm like, oh, what's up, baby?
Yeah. Guess what, bitches? I'm not getting
What's your-
tuberculosis.
What? Tuberculosis free since '93, baby. Oh, man, that shit's hilarious.
Kevin Sorbo.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, you know who's not problematic? Xena Warrior Princess. What's that bitch's name? Lucy Lawless? She dope.
It should have been China.
Oh, yeah, it
She
could have
would've
been
good at
China.
that. Yeah. That had a moment, those shows, huh?
Yeah.
That was weird.
They were weird. Okay, I like watched them for like 5 minutes. I don't know, like a handful of episodes. And
Uh-huh.
Xena specifically, it was like a real serious show. And when I tell you I watched it for 5 minutes, like, I don't know, I maybe watched 8 episodes.
Yeah.
It went from like 4 episodes of like a real serious show to like the other 4 episodes I saw, there were like wacky sound effects.
What?
Like it became a sort of weird, almost comedy. It was very weird.
Oh my god. Yeah, they didn't know what they were doing.
Like overnight.
Yeah, that's weird. That sucks.
Yeah, what happened to those shows? Those are like Saturday morning shows.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist anymore. There's no like, oh, that was also like a Saved by the Bell.
Yes.
Yeah, that shit doesn't exist.
Yeah. Fucking Pokemon. I used to watch Pokemon on Saturday mornings with the twins.
No.
My mom and my tia Marta would do yard sales at my mom's house.
Yeah.
And they'd come over and we'd get McDonald's and watch fucking Pokemon. Hell yeah, baby.
McDonald's breakfast?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That shit slaps.
Oh, I watched a movie last night that kind of slaps.
No, you didn't. What
Yes,
movie?
I did. It's called...
Dude, I did that to my boss and she was like, excuse me?
What? No, you
She
didn't?
was like, I have something to tell you. I was like, no, you don't. And she was like, excuse me? I was like, oh, my bad. I'm just messing around.
And next thing you know, you're
I was
fired.
And now I'm broke, guys. What's up? Fucked around too much and got fired.
Fucked around and got fired. It's called Todos Lo Saben. It's on
Oh.
Netflix.
Oh, okay.
It's with
Spanish?
it's with Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem. And
Really?
low-key, first time I seen them together in a hot second. So
And it's recent?
Yeah, it came out late last year, like in the festival circuit.
Okay.
It's by the director. You guys seen all those Iranian movies that are popping, like
Yeah.
fucking The Salesman and About Ellie, I think it's called, and A Separation. Like it's by that dude, and it's like
Okay.
it's low key kind of good. It's not his best movie, but it's I would say watch it.
That's cool. I watched Flowers in the Attic on Amazon Prime.
No,
this
don't do
week.
that to yourself.
Oh, that shit's fucking good. It's so fucking ridiculous.
Wait, like the old one or the one
The
with
old
Kiernan
ass one.
Shipka?
No, the old ass one. It's so fucking good. It's so like cheesy, scandalous.
Yeah, I like the idea of that movie, but the execution is like
They could have done it way better.
yeah.
Like and it was. Imagine in the 80s, that must have been so scandalous.
Ooh,
like
yeah.
the incestual vibes.
Right.
And like even now, incest. Whenever you see
Steph's
it, play out-
eyebrows are moving so much right now. She's so pumped.
dude, incest is still one of the things where it's so taboo.
Yeah.
That you don't see it handled very often on TV or movies.
Right.
So like even now, I think it would be crazy.
Oh yeah, and when it is like it's so, I feel like it's so salacious. I'm super interested in. That's such a weird thing to say, but
No,
like,
I know what you mean though, because it's so bizarre, right?
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, it's just like Boardwalk Empire. Remember that happened with the what's his name, Michael
Pitt.
Yeah, Michael Pitt
Yeah.
and his mom on the show. Remember that? That was fucking
What?
fucked up. Yeah, she fucks him.
Ew.
I know. That's fucking gross, dude. And she macks on him and shit, like in front of everybody. Yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird.
I like on purpose.
Yeah.
Like not that you could fuck someone on accident.
I fucked around and macked myself. What up, guys? My name is Stephanie.
Hey guys, my name is May, and together we are the Drama Club.
Thank you for listening. It's our full ass episode.
Yes, 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 yes.
We are the podcast about scandals, celebrities, biographies, Twitter,
Hercules,
Instagram,
Xena.
Hercules. Yep, Xena, warrior princess,
bops, slaps, all of the
and
above.
all the rest. So this week, Bella Thorne came on her Twitter and she posted a series of screenshots between her and who she says was a hacker who had hacked into her cloud and had her nudes and stuff and was trying to what's the word?
Blackmail?
Blackmail, there you go. He was trying to blackmail her. So she like posted the screenshots and she was like, "You're not gonna fucking control me." And then she posted her nudes. She was like, "Here's my nudes," you know?
I just know the story, but I didn't know she posted like the screenshots or posted the nudes. Are they bad? Are they cute? Are they?
I didn't see the nudes. I didn't look at them. But yeah, she was like, this was supposed to be okay. So no, so that happened. She posted the nudes. The internet was like, "Oh shit,"
Yeah,
that sucks. Then The View talked about it. Like they had a whole ass segment about it, and Whoopi Goldberg said like it's her fault. Basically, she was like, if you're a celebrity, you shouldn't be taking pictures like that. Like, that now in the world of the internet, nothing is private and shit, and like everything gets out there eventually, and like basically shaming Bella for having taken the pictures in the first place.
Right.
So then Bella was fucking pissed and like did a whole ass video where she's like, "Fuck you, Whoopi Goldberg." Words I never thought I would say.
Oh God, Whoopi says some problematic things. I mean, we all say problematic things, but not everyone has
Lord
that.
knows I do.
No, not everyone has that platform. So it's like
yeah,
when
it's always on display.
Right. When you say something problematic, it's like, oh, but
yeah.
But
so Bella was like, "That's not fair. Like, I shouldn't be shamed.
Yeah.
I took these pictures for somebody that like I'm in a relationship with or whatever, and I should be allowed to do that, and I shouldn't feel guilty about that,
Yeah. Oh, I feel bad for
which
her.
was, I thought that was good for her for standing up to her and saying that, because it's true.
Is that a generational thing though? Will anyone over the age of maybe 50 or something be like, just don't take fucking pictures?
Yeah, I think you're right. Like, I don't think they get it, right? Like, they just don't get it. Like, they're like, why do you want to do that? Because for them, it's like, just don't do it.
Right. Yeah. Just
yeah. But for us, it's like we're so attached to our phones and to pictures and to all that. So,
it's our love language.
Yeah, whatever.
And you know what happened? Like when the first time I started dating after being in a relationship for a long time, it was like, I started dating this guy right before smartphones were a thing, and then like stopped dating him after smartphones were a thing. So when I started dating again, I thought like one of the most shocking things were like a guy would ask you for your number and then immediately ask you for pics. Like, "Oh, send me a picture of yourself" or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's fucking weird. Like, that was not something that I realized was a thing. But then I learned that's very common.
Yeah. Because we live so much of our lives on our fucking phones. Like, you got to exist in there too, baby.
Right. And also, I think it's that thing where they want to like also show their friends like, "Oh, who are you talking to? Oh,
exactly.
This girl."
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
Not necessarily nudes. We're not talking about nudes right now. We're just talking about
just like selfies or whatever.
Yeah, pictures in general. And it's easy to see how that could progress to maybe nudes.
Yeah, you know it's funny when like somebody's dating someone and you're like, show me a picture of them, and they take a long ass time to find the best picture of them.
Yep.
That's why you should just ask them for their selfie because they're gonna send you the best one.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you got it on deck to show your homegirls who want to talk shit.
It's in the group chat already.
Whatever selfie you're sending somebody you're dating, that shit is in several group chats.
Just assume that it's immediately within 15 seconds in the group chat.
Yeah, you might as well have just sent it to the fucking group chat yourself. Here I am.
Oh, sure. What's your group chat? Like,
do your worst. Yeah. You know, on Reddit, there's those roast me things now.
Yes.
Yeah, that you might as well just send it like that to all your girls' friends.
So, what is Bella like? What's up with her? Is now the anger more towards Whoopi, or is it still like, I can't believe this fucking thing happened to me?
I think it turned towards Whoopi, right? Because I think she was like, I'm gonna do this thing to take back this power.
Right.
And she was feeling good about herself, and then Whoopi fucking made her feel like shit.
Oh, God.
Bella Thorne is kind of messy.
What is she famous for?
She was in Spring Breakers. Remember that movie with James
Gomez?
Franco? And and then after that, briefly, she was linked to James Franco.
Oh, no. Girl, you too young for him.
Yeah. And so I just remember, like, she was very, like, in the tabloid thing around that time. Yeah.
I always confuse her with Julia Roberts' niece. What's her name?
Oh, Emma
Roberts.
Emma Roberts, yeah.
What did they want? Money?
I don't know. I'm not sure what they wanted. But it's true. I mean, that's all she could have done in that situation to take back the power, honestly.
Yeah.
Now they have no fucking bargaining power, you know? Whatever the fuck they wanted.
We don't negotiate with terrorists.
Fuck no, baby.
These bitches on The View, they straight up be talking. I want to do an episode on The View because of that book that came out.
What book?
I want to read it though. It's got all the tea about all the shit that happens on The View. I think it's called Ladies Who Talk or something.
Ooh, that's what we are.
I can't wait to slut shame someone 20 years younger than us in 20 years.
I'm not going to slut shame you, but I'm going to scat shame you. Don't do that shit.
Just don't do it.
Damn it. Just don't do it. Just like Whoopi. See? Really? This is your own fault because you keep fucking around with Boo Boo. I keep sliding into Exactly Right's DMs and nobody's responding to me.
That sounds exactly right.
Right? I sent them all the pictures of JFK Jr.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you think that they want to hear us talk about scat play?
Maybe. You never know.
Heidi Fleiss. I think Heidi Fleiss was doing what she had to do. She needed money. She did what she had to do. She wasn't giving it to no man. She didn't have a pimp. She wasn't out here spreading diseases and stuff. She didn't walk the streets. She did it tastefully. She did what she had to do. She was paying her bills, and that's all that matters. She got her money the way she needed to get it.
And so you think she's got a lot of support?
Yeah, I'd support her. No problem.
How about some of your friends?
Yeah, I know they would.
We can get into this, I guess.
Let's do it.
Girl, I guess.
I don't know what you're doing.
Okay, I'm kind of excited about this one because this has long been an interest of mine long before it was appropriate for me as a young child. But I'm going to do Heidi Fleiss.
Oh, that's a good one, May.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very good.
Oh, Heidi.
Oh, Heidi. I'm trying to think, did we watch any movies this week? We watched Juice, actually, because it was about to drop off Amazon Prime.
Oh.
Well, I hadn't seen it.
I was like, Juice?
Yeah,
I was thinking of a new movie.
No, hell no.
Juice?
No, you know me. I'm watching Flowers in the Attic and Juice in the year 2019.
You know what? You know that the new, the Alamo Draft House is opening downtown, and I'm like fucking dying to go.
Yeah.
And the first movie I want to see there for sure is Midsummer. Have you seen the trailers for that?
No.
That shit looks good as fuck. It's by the same dude who did Hereditary.
Oh, okay.
Which was a bop.
I know.
So Midsummer looks fucking incredible, and I would love for that to be the first movie I see at Alamo Draft House.
Oh, wow. Looks like it's going to be really nice.
Yes. I'm so pumped. I've literally been waiting for this since like 2013. It was supposed to open That's when they announced it was supposed to open in like 2015, and I've just been waiting patiently. All right. So, Heidi motherfucking Fleiss. I got this from the 1995 Nick Broomfield documentary, Heidi Fleiss, Hollywood Madam, it's kind of interesting. Roger Ebert put it on his top 10 list that year.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's very weird, and it's got a very weird and interesting cast of characters, which are all the people that were like around Heidi at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all sort of like telling the little piece that they know and putting the story together. It's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a woman of many secrets, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on, do you guys know Tubi? Tubi?
Oh, yeah.
I've rarely, when you search for like, where is this movie, on rare occasion, like it'll come up on
free?
Tubi. Yeah, but it was free.
Okay, cool.
So watch that shit if you want. I also read a really great profile of Heidi's in Elle magazine, and of course consulted her Wikipedia.
Hell yeah.
Heidi has led
That's our number one consultant.
Wikipedia? Yeah. That's the third person on this podcast.
Yep.
No, who else? The third person on this podcast?
Then Wikipedia.
Then the pups. Yeah. So she's led a really fascinating life, and she's definitely a hustler who I feel like had a few things gone differently in her life, she'd for sure be like the CEO of a Fortune 500 company or something.
Right.
And she's not a scammer. That's the thing. Like, she's like...
legit businesses. Just salacious, right?
Right. Okay, so Heidi was born on December 30th, 1965, right here in my neighborhood of Los Feliz. She was one of 6 kids born to Elisa and Paul Fleiss.
Oh, God.
What? Oh, 6 kids?
6 kids, yeah.
You know that her first cousin, I don't remember his name, but his last name is Fleiss. He is the creator of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. And
what?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So this whole family is popping off.
Yeah.
All right. So Paul, her dad, is quite a fascinating character in his own right. In his day, he was like one of the most famous and popular pediatricians.
Oh.
The Los Angeles Times called him, quote, everyone's favorite baby doctor. All the celebrities in Southern California sought him out for their kids, and he was known in the media as the pediatrician to the stars.
Wow.
But he was also super popular among regular poor and middle class folks in the area, so he was like crazy successful. There was constantly patients in his office.
That's quite the niche right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Childcare? Whew. People would do anything for their fucking kids.
Right. So
fuck those kids. Michael Jordan.
Fuck them kids. So this is the first time I've done on the ground research for one of our episodes, because I actually went to Paul's old office.
Oh, cool.
Which will play a role later in Heidi's story.
Okay.
His office is now an Ample Hills ice cream shop.
Cute.
Which is the main reason that I went, because I love ice cream.
Yeah, you went to the ice cream shop. You didn't do on the ground research.
I wanted to see where all this went down.
Fuck you, man.
I've been meaning to go to this place since it opened like a year ago, but I never go because my favorite ice cream shop, Jenny's, is like 2 blocks closer to my house. So I've always been like, why would I go to another place anyway?
Yeah.
Shout out to Jenny's.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact, my mom and dad toured the office when it was for lease a couple years back, like shortly after Paul died, like when it was still set up like an office, because my dad was thinking about opening a medical spa there.
Oh.
But A, it was too expensive, and B, I put my 2 cents in because there's already the Los Feliz Med Spa on the same street a few blocks up next to what? Jenny's ice cream.
Oh my God. And as we all know, people aren't willing to go 2 blocks down. So
yes, exactly.
Never mind.
Anyway, so Paul advocated breastfeeding, which I didn't realize was ever a thing that was considered like novel or controversial.
I think like, like in the 70s when they were like finding new ways to do shit. Even Noelle is laughing. You know, like when did formula get invented? Like, I bet when that shit came out, they were
sure.
like, "This is so much better than
Right.
breastfeeding your kids. Like, this is scientific and shit."
Yeah.
And like, you know, like it's way better than the shit that comes out your titty. You know,
You
Like,
want
they
that?
probably
You want
sold it
that
like
free
that.
shit that comes out your titty, or you want
or
these,
do you
like,
want this fucking legit formulated ass shit? Yeah, you know?
Jetsons ass shit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was trying to say. Fuck both of you. You know how they be inventing shit in the 70s?
No, I feel you. Like, sometimes I'll see commercials from like the 1950s, and they'll show like a TV dinner, and they'll
Oh
be
yeah,
like,
and that's like fucking
it's like the
groundbreaking,
future,
right?
and they're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, look at all this that you could be feeding your family that's nutritious,
Instead
whatever.
of and now it's like, yeah, don't fucking feed anybody
Yeah.
those things.
Right.
That's why everyone's sick and shit.
No, you're right. Like, the 70s were the anti-goop.
Yes.
Like, we're in the goop era now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
70s, they were like, smoke this cigarette, give your kid formula, eat this TV dinner, have a light beer.
So Paul was all about that titty milk.
Same. I mean, same, right? I mean, who here isn't all about that titty milk? I just saw this tweet going viral that was so funny. It was like, y'all motherfuckers go out of your way to eat organic and oat milk and shit, but you'll snort cocaine from your shady friend from college.
Where's the lie? Is that cocaine organic though?
It's not from Whole Foods.
So, okay, he was also a proponent of the family bed, which is that thing where the whole family sleeps in one bed.
Oh, remember that movie with
Away We Go?
John Krasinski? Yeah.
I fucking love that movie.
Is that Maggie too? It's Maggie
It's
that
Maggie
does that,
Gyllenhaal.
right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Maggie Gyllenhaal, John Krasinski, and fucking Maya Rudolph.
But who's Maggie's husband? Is it?
Oh, it's somebody. I was going to say Jake.
No, it's somebody famous, I think.
Yeah.
Anyways, that
Anyway,
movie's so
I
fucking good.
love that movie.
That movie makes me feel feelings, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
And
like heartache.
Why isn't Maya Rudolph in more like
Indie
sort
films
of
like that?
Yeah, and more sort of
And
serious.
serious?
Not that
She's so good.
It's not a dramatic role. She still like does like funny
But she's
things and stuff. But
somber.
But
And-
I want her in roles like that
Yeah.
because
Oh, that movie's good.
they give all those roles to Kristen Wiig. She does like Kristen Wiig's whole indie career is all like sadness.
The Skeleton Twins, remember that shit?
Yep, yeah.
That movie's good. All right, anyways.
I love
Everybody go watch Away We Go, Skeleton Twins, and Juice.
Blame it on my juice. Did you see Lizzo on the video,
MTV.
the movie awards? Yeah.
Yes.
fucking
looks
killed
so
it.
good. Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So, Dr. Fleiss, he was also anti-circumcision, which, you know, whatever.
That's also good.
Yeah, to each his own. Oh. I don't know. I'll go either way on that one.
But it's like it's unnecessary, right? It's cosmetic.
I think the jury is still 100, like, it's still out on whether or not. Oh, no, you're right. Unnecessary, but is it helpful? I think the jury's still out.
The last two babies who were born when we were in the hospital when Elias's son, and the doctor was like, it's 100% cosmetic. And whatever, do whatever you want. He was like so annoyed too.
Really? Like,
Yeah,
because
he
they
was
were
like-
asking? Yeah.
Yeah, like he was like, it's 100% cosmetic. Do whatever you want. Like,
I have a preference. I'm not going to, I'm not going to proclaim it here, but.
well, let's see. It's like a hard guess here. What your preference is?
Why? People have preferences. I've met
No, I
people on
know,
both
but
sides.
you're not gonna say it like we don't all understand already what your preference was.
No, I just don't want to shame like who's whatever doing what.
Oh yeah, okay, for sure.
Anyway, so he recommended but did not insist upon vaccinations.
Oh, vaccinate your kids.
Yeah. And he stated that he, quote, could be convinced either way as to whether or not HIV causes AIDS.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That one's wild. How?
Yeah. House
Like what?
It's-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know whether or not this beer is causing you to be drunk.
Right. I just, ooh. He also became a doctor like in a kind of weird way.
Yeah, back in the day, it was easier to become like a doctor than a nurse.
Yeah, he was like I think he was like an osteopath or something, and in California you could convert that degree to an MD or something like that. Some shit like that.
That shit's scary.
Anyway, so Paul was clearly a sort of eccentric weirdo as far as his medical views go, and we can sort of extrapolate from there how a person with these kinds of beliefs would raise someone like Heidi,
right,
and sort of get roped into her whole thing later, but we'll get to that soon enough. For now, back to Heidi. I just wanted you guys to get a feel for how she grew up. So as you can imagine, as the child of the pediatrician to the stars, Heidi grew up pretty comfortable. When she was a kid, she stood out early because she was a chess champion.
Wow.
When I read that, I was kind of like, of course she was. Like,
yeah,
there's a lot of things about Heidi's life that I think, like, when you see the big picture and you put the pieces together, you're like, of course, like, you have to kind of be thinking 3 steps ahead to do what she does, you know?
Yeah.
For example, she started babysitting at age 12, but after about a year, she realized that she could make more money by connecting her friends with other families in the neighborhood who needed babysitters and taking a cut. So at 13, she started a babysitting agency and hired 20 of her friends. That's when Heidi, I think, really got a taste for business and, more importantly, a taste for money.
Right.
She kind of stopped caring about school at that point and used the money from her agency to pay the A students in her class to copy their work.
Perfect.
This to me fucking sucks though, because I think this is like the moment where if Heidi had applied herself, you know,
at school,
yeah, maybe gone to like business school or something.
Should have been Steve Jobs.
Right, exactly. Like the sky was the fucking limit for her, but I think not that it's easy to be a hustler, but like I think in her mind she's like, I'm gonna take the easy way out because she's just so good at it, you know?
Right. It's all about like having the perfect balance, right? Of like hustle, responsibility.
Yeah. Right. So by age 15, she started working at a local flower shop, and one day they sent her to a Julio Iglesias concert with 40 roses and advised her to sell them for $5 each. When she sold all her roses and came back to the shop with the $200, she gave her boss the cash and quit. The next day, she went to the flower district, bought 200 roses, and sold them for $10 each at the next concert. Heidi says, quote, I just pick up a hustle really quickly. And the flower thing became her hustle for the next couple of years. I think she ended up dropping out of school, but don't quote me on that. I just never see anything about her actually graduating.
Okay.
And I know that she got really into partying and drugs around this time. And when you have as much cash as she had from all her hustling at like 16 years old.
Imagine.
I really can't imagine her showing up to like first period English, you know, like.
Right, yeah.
What up, fellow youths? By 19, Heidi was working at a restaurant serving and hostessing, where she met a 60-year-old billionaire and one of the richest men in the world at the time, Bernie Kornfeld. Bernie was in finance. The two started dating and traveled the world together, eventually settling down in Howard Hughes' old penthouse in the Bahamas.
Ooh.
I honestly don't think anything good has ever happened in the Bahamas.
No, that's true though.
Anytime you hear about the Bahamas, it's like some shady shit or like Howard Hughes is pissing in the bottles. Like there's no in between.
Machete involved.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
For her 21st birthday, Bernie got Heidi $1 million in cash and a Rolls Royce.
Oh my God. Holy shit.
This fucking shook me because I've never gotten like a really great gift from a man. And like, granted, I'm like pretty hard to shop for because like if I ever want something, I usually just fucking get it. But like, this is the perfect gift. Like, just give me
oh my God,
$1 million in cash and a Rolls Royce. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Although $1 million in cash sounds kind of like cumbersome. Like,
what are you gonna do with that?
Yeah. Where do you even keep it? Can you? Yeah. I don't. Yeah, get me a gift. Maybe a gift card would be better.
Give me $1 million gift card to Marshalls. I'm gonna close all of it in Salvador real quick.
Yeah, Maxinista for life, though. Then I was sort of like thinking about. I was like fantasizing about what I would do with like $1 million in cash, and I was like, you can't even like really. Is there a purse big enough When
Oh
you go,
no,
you
I
know?
think it's like it's actually shockingly small though. Also, right? Like it's just big enough to be annoying, but it's
Yes.
small if you think like $1 million in cash, right?
Right, right, right.
It's probably like a fourth of your mattress size.
It's no, it's
right?
like a briefcase. If
A
it's all
briefcase?
hundreds or something, you know.
Okay.
But like, let's
He
say
gave it to her in once.
that would be sick though. Then I was thinking, like, what do I do on day one with $1 million? First of all, we're getting the girls together. Maybe Hoella haven't
Go to
decided.
the spa.
Because you know we gotta go to Rodeo Drive. We gotta get like
Yeah.
bomb ass outfits for that night.
Oh my God.
We're gonna get like
Don't even talk about this. My head's gonna explode.
we
I
gotta
don't
get
wanna-
a couple of bungalows at the Beverly Hills Hotel.
We already have too much fun with the level
With
of
the yes,
like wealth quote, that we have. Like, imagine if we were fucking rich.
oh
like,
shit, yeah,
it would be.
Ballin'.
I said that'd be fucked up. Because right now we're like hanging out, go
Yeah.
to a good restaurant. Let's go to this place. All right, let's go. What if
Yeah.
we were super rich? We'd be like at a restaurant. We'd be like, let's get a jet and go to Cannes. All right,
Yeah.
let's go.
yeah. Let's fucking go.
Fuck.
That's what I was thinking. Like, would we have? Is day one like a little staycation like that, or is day one like let's get a yacht in like San Tropez?
It's a staycation because otherwise we're gonna fucking explode. Like,
Yeah, that's
you
true.
know? Yeah.
We'll get all the Jenny Rivera tequila money can buy for the pre-party at the
Fill a
hotel.
bathtub
Fill a bathtub.
with Jenny Rivera
Oh,
tequila.
I was like, with what? With water? With champs?
Oh my God.
I'd for
yes.
sure. I'd want to do the 30-course omakase menu at
In
fucking
Napa?
no, not in Napa. At like, well, yeah, we could go to Napa because
What's
we could
that
take like a
one
private
restaurant in Napa?
jet. French Laundry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I have a crush on this guy who told me it was overrated, but he's also
Didn't Arash
pretentious.
say that his friend went and
Really?
same thing?
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay. So yeah. So anyway, we'd like fill up the pool with the Jenny Rivera tequila, do a fucking puzzle.
Puzzle, a 24 karat gold puzzle, baby.
Fall asleep in like the fancy bathrobes and the terry cloth bathrobes.
Oh my God.
Shit, it's lit. And then like you kind of in California, you almost have to spend that $1 million because you like can't even buy a house with that.
No,
money.
you can't. Fuck it. You might as well just have fun.
Anyway, so oh, and then I was thinking like, all right, if we did go on a trip like that, like took the jet to like Cannes or something, like might as well, if we're already like on a yacht or something, like meet some off-brand royal. Looking for like an off-brand Guatemalan Meghan Markle. flip that 1 million into like 6 million in tiaras. Like
That's
shit.
a hustle right there.
That's a hustle. Anyway, so Heidi was super into Bernie.
Yeah, me too.
Later in the documentary, she talks about when she's talking in the documentary, she must have been like in her late 20s, early 30s.
Mhm.
She talks about how as soon as she started getting into dudes, she was all about older guys. At the time, she said that any guy over 40 started looking good as fuck to her. So here's this
Wow.
older guy, 60 years old, who seems like he did like her a lot and was very generous with her. So of course she was feeling him. But the problem with Bernie was that it didn't seem like he had any intention of ever being monogamous with her, and that's what she really wanted.
Oh, well, yeah. Because her parents, right? They're together and shit.
No, they're not together. They broke
Oh.
up when she was like 12 or something.
Oh, damn.
So anyway, he wasn't trying to wife her up, I guess. So she ends up leaving him, which, girl, that's kind of ballsy. Like you,
Yeah.
you left your billionaire sugar daddy, but
Yeah.
she ends up leaving him and heads back to LA, determined to be rich on her own and maintain that lifestyle to which she had become
I
accustomed.
respect it, girl.
That's when she meets her next boyfriend, Ivan Naj, who was a convicted bookie, sometime TV director, I guess. He directed like an episode of like Starsky and Hutch or some shit,
Uh-huh.
and sometime pimp. He's 30 years older than her. Ivan is this sort of oafish Hungarian who comes across like a gangster. He was well connected in the sort of seedier underbelly of Hollywood. Heidi's mom, Alyssa, later said that it was kind of Ivan who took all of Heidi's potential and corrupted it.
Oh.
Ivan is not a good guy in any shape, way, or form. We know for sure that he threatened Heidi with physical harm. He put a knife to her throat. This is like in front of people. He
Jesus.
emotionally blackmailed her. He threatened her friends and family, including to cut her little brother's arms and legs off. He beat her up and was all around abusive. So,
Oh my God.
major, major asshole. So it was the late 80s, early 90s, and in LA at the time, a woman named Madam Alex Adams ran the fucking city. If you were in the market for a sex worker during this time and you weren't picking some random girl off the corner, chances are you were going to get one of Madam Alex's girl. Like, straight up, 6 more months on the street and Julia Roberts and Pretty Woman would have been working for Madam Alex. Alex ran a cash business, obviously, and she didn't have credit. So it was hard for her to get her girls plane tickets and stuff like that. So whenever she got a call from an out-of-town client, she ended up having to go through an associate of hers, which happened to be Yvonne. So Yvonne would just use his credit cards to finance stuff like that. Like, he was just the front, basically, just to get things that cash couldn't buy. He was just the middleman. Legend has it that Yvonne owed Madam Alex $450, and he sold Heidi to Madam Alex.
What?
For $450.
Wow. Damn, Heidi was in deep with this guy.
Yeah. I think, she had just gotten out of this relationship of a guy who she really loved. And here's another guy who's seemingly like her type, like a strong older gentleman,
Right.
well-connected.
Right.
In a different, obviously in a different category as Bernie, but like, I think she thought, okay, maybe this is the guy for me.
Yeah.
And also she's rejected by Bernie, so maybe she's like, maybe this is the kind of guy I deserve or something.
Right. Yep.
So yeah, it fucking sucks. Anyway, so Heidi, actually, Yvonne and Madam Alex are both a little coy about what exactly went down, but Heidi denies that story. She puts it more like Yvonne made the introduction to Madam Alex and he took a $500 commission, which was customary.
Oh, wow.
But once you learn about Heidi, you know how important it was for her to be in control and in charge, or at least feel that way at all times. So
Yeah.
if she was sold to Madam Alex, this would absolutely be something that she would be ashamed of and try to cover up. So,
Right.
so honestly, who knows? So Heidi started working for Madam Alex doing sex work for the next year and a half. But if we know Heidi, we know that the one thing she's fucking good at is learning a hustle and then running with it.
Right.
So Heidi did what she does. Heidi did what Heidi do. She studied the business inside and out, and she knew what she had to do to be her own boss and take that shit to the next level. Plus, in her own words, she was a quote-unquote bad hooker.
Oh, okay.
Madam Alex's business had some areas which could have been improved upon. First of all, Madam Alex's girls weren't exactly beautiful. As you can imagine, sex work being an underground business, it wasn't necessarily attracting girls who had a whole lot of options in life.
Right.
So as far as her employees went, Madam Alex kind of just took what she could get. Second, Madam Alex had a big fucking mouth. She was notoriously an anonymous source to all the tabloids, and towards the end of her career beat her pandering, aka pimping, charges, only because a high-ranking detective took the stand in her defense and revealed that she was one of the top informants for the LAPD.
Wow.
Yeah. So remember that Heidi had spent a while traveling the world with her ex-boo Bernie. Through Bernie, she made a lot of important connections, not only with the rich and powerful, but also with beautiful women from similar comfortable backgrounds such as her own, who were maybe traveling around the world out of boredom on the arms of some of these dudes. So girls, check. And recognizing Madam Alex had a problem with discretion right away, Heidi knew that discretion had to be her number one priority. Check, check.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, by 1990, Heidi went into business for herself and became Madam Alex's direct competition in LA.
Good for her.
I know. Like, she's such a fucking hustler. She's only, at this point, I think she's like 23 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, in the documentary, Alex talks so much shit about Heidi. She says that she was in way over her head, that she didn't know shit, she didn't know what the fuck she was doing, blah, 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 blah. You can tell that she's just salty because almost right away, Heidi became an unparalleled success.
Yeah.
She was operating on a level that really no one had ever done before in her business. Her best friend at the time was Victoria Sellers, the daughter of one of my favorite actors, Peter Sellers, and model and actress Britt Eklund. I think Heidi went to high school with Victoria, but I'm not 100%, but they were for sure BFFs since they were like 16 years old.
Oh, wow.
Mostly because I think they partied a lot together because Victoria's like a famous drug addict. And Heidi was like, at that time, I don't know if I would call Heidi an addict at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly now, but at that time she was just like, having
casual
fun.
drug user. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Victoria, like a lot of the kids of the rich and famous in Hollywood, was deep into the Hollywood drug and party scene.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so Victoria owned a piece of a very exclusive nightclub on the Sunset Strip called On the Rocks, and that's where Heidi ran her business. On the Rocks is above the Roxy, and it's still there. It's changed hands a few times, but it continues to be mildly exclusive. Like nowadays, you can get in like with a little bit of planning, like if you just call or like email to try to get on the guest list or something.
Yeah.
But the thing about that club is that it's super small. I want to say like you can fit like, I don't know, like 70 people or something in it.
Yeah.
Which is why it was so exclusive. But back in the days, it was like, unless you were Prince or Axl Rose or someone with connections to that kind of VIP, you weren't getting into On the Rocks. So Heidi really lucked out there because that was the perfect place to meet and connect with VIP clients. And so Heidi ran the business out of On the Rocks. And Heidi put out a coffee table book back in the day after she got out of prison that literally brought the receipts about what business was like at the time. In the book, she includes pictures of the receipts from Gucci and Cartier from gifts that clients would buy her and her girls.
Wow.
She shows in her books that some of the girls regularly received $100,000 tips from some of her best clients.
Damn.
At least one of her clients tipped $1 million.
Damn.
Her clientele included studio heads and movie stars, with the studios allegedly having discretionary budgets set aside just to hire her girls out for parties and trips.
Shit.
Rumor has it Heidi was just straight up on the payroll at Columbia Pictures like any other employee. And actually later, like when she got arrested, a bunch of executives had to resign because of that.
Damn.
But Victoria says that the vast majority of Heidi's clients, by a long shot, were wealthy Arabs. She's like, it was like 90% of the clients.
Wow.
Victoria says that they'd hit Heidi up, want her to send like 5 or 10 or more of her most beautiful blondes for a weekend or a week or whatever, and have her girls fly out first class, of course, or send their private planes, and Heidi would get wire the cash, or someone would show up with a briefcase full of thousands upon thousands of dollars.
Wow.
Meanwhile, on paper, Heidi was an employee of her dad's medical practice, where Dr. Fleiss would help her launder immense amounts of money through the clinic.
Holy shit.
I mean, it's perfect if you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
He's already
successful.
He's already successful. He's already working with people who potentially use a lot of cash.
Yeah.
You know? It's a great place to hide the money.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
So Heidi's girls were getting rich, and Heidi's cut was 40%. So Heidi was getting fucking richer.
Wow.
She made her first $1 million within 4 months.
Oh my God.
Not including tips. That was just like the straight,
That's fucking awesome.
Just in fees.
Yeah.
And life was good. Heidi later said, quote, "If you're going to run an illegal business, you better be driving the best car, living in the biggest house, fucking the best looking people, and spending every dollar you make because sooner or later you're going to get caught."
That's true, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
And that's exactly how she lived her life at the time. The fast life.
Good.
She bought Michael Douglas's house from him in Beverly Hills, where she'd often have pool parties with all her girls in attendance to network and mingle with the VIPs like Mick Jagger and Jack Nicholson and Prince. Not that she's saying that those guys were her clients, because money never exchanged hands at her house parties. They were just basically like PR advertising type events.
Right.
Like if you're a VIP in LA, you want to go to the most fun, craziest, exclusive party, you want to rub shoulders with like A++ list celebs and beautiful women, you go to Heidi's.
Yeah.
Maybe you're a studio executive trying to show some investors a good time, and then the next time you're in need of services, who are you going to call? Fucking Heidi.
Yeah.
And that's how she grew her business. She really tapped into like a niche high-end market that wasn't really being served by the sex industry at that time. Like at the time, it was like before her, the best you could do was Madame Alex, and those were like drug addicts, basically.
Yeah.
girls down on their luck.
Yeah.
And from what I understand, her girls were treated pretty well.
I bet.
Because Heidi, like she did it, for like a year and a half, so she kind of like knew what was up, and she was really good at sort of screening customers. Like if you're gonna do like some crazy shit that like the girl wouldn't be into, she for sure wouldn't send a girl on that trip, because like she's protecting her girls, because that's who
her
makes
bag.
her fucking
That's
money.
her bag. Yeah.
There was only one story from one woman that I found who said she had a bad experience. She claims that Heidi was mean and cruel and like a straight up like cokehead, and wouldn't let the girls have long hair or wear expensive clothes or good makeup so that they wouldn't look too pretty and have one of the clients fall in love and steal them away. Which I feel like it's fucking weird. Well, when she talks about her experience today, she says that she was, in her words, trafficked, which is like really
wow. That's a
sad.
very serious.
That's and now she's doing work with like human trafficking. So I don't know if it's just
wow.
like, I'm sure there are parallels,
Yeah.
especially like if you went into it not on like your own accord. So
Of course, yeah.
but I have like a couple of issues with this, because like first of all, I don't know that like the client falling in love happens that often.
Yeah.
If ever. Charlie Sheen has a famous quote about sex workers where he said that you're not paying for the sex, you're paying for them to leave after.
Yeah. Right.
These aren't guys that are looking for girlfriends or wives.
These aren't guys that necessarily have a hard time getting someone in their bed.
Right. Exactly.
But they're looking for discreetness.
Yes.
They're looking like remember we were talking about like Puffy or like
yes, yeah,
famous
exactly.
men.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have a lot of access to sex, but at some point it becomes about like who can you trust?
Yeah.
Someone you fucking pay.
Yeah, a professional.
You pay for that trust. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I kind of, I don't see that. And then the other thing that I'm like kind of weird about is like she said that Heidi didn't want them to be beautiful, where Heidi built her whole business on having the most beautiful girls.
Right.
And that's what set her business apart. And she used to brag that some of her girls had done covers of like 17 magazine and like all these other magazines.
Yeah.
So this one woman, I don't buy it. Not that I'm like discounting her experience, because it's obviously she had a bad experience. Obviously, like she and Heidi didn't get along. Maybe Heidi was a bitch to her. Maybe Heidi was becoming an addict at this point. But like, I just the two reasons that she gave, like those two examples, I'm kind of like,
yeah,
a little iffy about it. But yeah, like I said, in general, the other girls haven't spoken out about like any negative experiences. So next, Heidi dropped that asshole Yvonne, which I'm sure wasn't easy. And in fact, she could never really get away from him, because like a lot of abusive men, he would always find ways to keep a grasp on her and control her in any way that he could, whether big or small. Like Heidi had like 4 phones running out of her house, just running her business, and he would have people like call every single one of them at the same time to clog up the lines, and like until she would stop and like speak to him. And
but they were broken up.
They were like on again, off again sort of thing. Like she would get away from him, and then he'd call her and be like, Heidi. Yeah.
Fuck this guy.
Yeah. He's an asshole. So business was good. On her slowest night, she made 10 grand.
Jesus.
And between 1991 and 1992, her business was growing so fast that she actually had to start rejecting girls who wanted to work for her.
Wow.
So things were looking up. At this rate, Heidi was gonna end up on the cover of Fortune.
Right.
Like I hate to we talked about this before, like I don't want to like romanticize Narcos or anything, but like Pablo Escobar like changed the game. Like
right.
He turned his small business, what was traditionally a small business, into like a conglomerate.
Right.
This is basically like the track that Heidi was going on.
Right.
But when your business is pleasure, lines can get a little blurred. And our girl Heidi liked to party and partake in drugs and alcohol a little bit too much. I think that especially at the time, drugs and alcohol were a big part of the culture of the sex industry.
Uh-huh.
And we know that she's also throwing around money and living it up around this time. So this is when she starts to sort of break one of the original rules she had for herself about getting in this business, when she starts to be a little less discreet.
Uh-oh.
So Heidi, she never, ever, to this day, name-dropped her clients, but she for sure made it known that she was the most powerful madam in LA.
Right.
In LA, at least, probably even like the country or
right.
more. But she wanted people to know who she was and what her business was and how successful she was at it. She wanted to be a celebrity, which isn't exactly a good idea when you're laundering cash through your dad's pediatrics practice.
Right.
And another thing, the cast of characters around her didn't like that she was so successful and certainly didn't like that she was getting all that attention.
So they're just waiting for her to fall.
Mm-hmm. It also didn't help that her ego was growing right along with her bank account. And she's like, she did that though.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
So in 1993, a couple of people sold Heidi out to the cops. One was her on-again, off-again boyfriend, Yvonne.
Fuck that fool.
Mm-hmm. He was like just trying to control her, and it was getting harder and harder to control her. So he played his last card, basically.
What a bitch.
And she was still sort of with him after this, knowing that he sold her out. Ugh.
God damn. He probably played it off to her. He probably was like, this was for the best for you.
Yeah.
Fuck this fool.
All right. And the other person that sold her out was Homegirl, who claimed that Heidi didn't want her to look pretty.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
She became an informant for the cops.
Damn.
Yeah. So the cops went undercover and eventually raided Heidi's house. During the raid, they found traveler's checks from Charlie Sheen that he had just given her.
My boy Charlie.
For like $55,000.
Damn.
Which is why, to this day, he's the only celeb that we know for sure was in Heidi's infamous Black Book.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Bloop.
The Heidi revealed that the infamous Black Book was actually 4 red leather Gucci day planners bound together, which I thought was really cool.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that sounds way better than Black Book.
The cops also found some checks that they traced to billionaire media mogul Carrie Packer, the father of Mariah Carey's ex-fiance, James Packer.
Wow. Heidi
later said that Carrie was one client who would tip $1 million like it was nothing.
God damn, that's baller.
Anyway, Heidi was charged with pandering and also a different charge related to the cocaine that they found. So she got a possession with intent to sell charge because, as you can imagine, sometimes she would send out the girls with the drugs. It was like part of the package or whatever.
Right.
And Heidi faced 11 years in federal prison.
Fuck.
If she wasn't the most famous madam in the world before her arrest, she certainly was now because the media jumped all over this story.
The videos of her like getting arrested and stuff, and she's smiling and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, she was, like she said, she's living her best life.
And she knew it was just a matter of time.
Right.
So whatever.
And, like, the videos of her in, like, court and stuff, she's wearing, like, Gucci suits.
Yeah, she looks so good.
Yeah, so the media jumped all over the story. It was on the front page of every newspaper. She was on all of those tabloid shows, like Inside Edition and Hard Copy and shit. She was offered numerous deals by the DA to plead out and give up her Black Book, but she refused.
Good for her. You ain't no snitch, Heidi.
Yeah, that's what she said. Everyone always asks her, that's like the number one question. Like, why wouldn't you ever just like give up the names? And she's like, it's not my style.
Yeah.
She was let out while she awaited trial for her to attend outpatient rehab in Pasadena, where
that's good.
Where she also opened a clothing store named Heidi Wear. It has like, it was all like branded merchandise. It looks like she should low key like reopen that shit. I bet like people with all this 90s nostalgia, people would eat that shit up.
Hell yeah.
It was like oversized t-shirts and like biker shorts and shit, hats that said Heidi Wear. It was like, I found one t-shirt on eBay and it was signed and shit.
Oh my God.
Yeah. She needs to bring that shit back. Yeah. And I even like, I was looking on Google Street View to see like what the storefront looks like now. It's empty. Heidi, go get your fucking store. Go do that shit.
Seriously, bring it back.
All right. So everyone in her orbit, of course, tried to cash in. Her mom sold her story and Yvonne sold her nudes.
Aww.
Yeah. And even in that documentary that I saw, he gave them footage of like their vacation videos where he's following her around and she's like naked and just hanging out, having fun, like playing with him and stuff. And he's just like a mega asshole.
Fuck that guy.
He also, I don't know if he produced it, but he definitely signed off on like a TV movie, not a TV movie, but like a softcore porn that was about a guy who skins prostitutes, and one of the prostitutes was named Heidi in it.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know what his deal, if that was like sort of like sending her a message or what, but he's a fucking weirdo, and he cashed in just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. And the documentary takes place during this time, like while she's awaiting trial.
Uh-huh.
And she's like fighting with her homegirl Victoria. She kicked Victoria out of the house, and her life is like in fucking shambles.
Fuck.
Because who can she trust at this point? Fucking
nobody.
Her mom sold her out. Yvonne did what Yvonne fucking does. Like,
yeah.
Sucks. Okay. When she finally went to trial, Heidi became the only madam to ever be prosecuted in the state of California.
Oh, wow.
So she was kind of like, you see her talking about it, she's like, why me? Like, why, of all the people that they chose, why me? And she's like, it's got to be because they were after her black book, because she has got really powerful people in it.
Right.
In the end, when Heidi refused to cooperate, she was found guilty of 3 counts and was sentenced to 7 years.
Oh, man.
But ended up serving 3 years in federal prison.
Good.
She got out in late 1999. Her dad, Paul, was sentenced to 1 day in prison, 3 years probation, 625 hours of community service, and $50,000 fine for his role in the money laundering.
What?
There was also a 1996 TV movie about him called The Good Doctor, The Paul Fleiss Story.
Oh, my God.
When she got out, she jumped into a long relationship with the actor Tom Sizemore, which turned out to be very abusive.
Yeah.
Tom was convicted of domestic violence against her and has recently been accused of fondling the genitals of an 11-year-old actress on the set of one of his movies.
Are you serious, May?
That's ongoing, so we got to keep an eye on that story.
Wow. He was on Celebrity Rehab.
With her, yeah, I'm going to talk about that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so since she got out, Heidi's done a lot of reality TV. She was on Celebrity Big Brother. That seems perfect for her, because she would be so interesting. Just talk, just tell us all your stories, man.
Seriously.
You don't have to name names or anything, but just like tell you. She must have seen like some crazy shit.
Hell yeah.
And like you said, she was on Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew. When she was asked why she would do that show, Heidi said that she got offered $500,000 to be a celebrity and go to rehab. So of course she was going to do it. She really did need to go to rehab though, because I think she continues to struggle with a meth problem, but it was like really bad back then.
Yeah, she looks like run down.
Yeah, she's been through some shit. Like fucking, she did time.
But you could totally tell that she's a drug user too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I read something where like I think on that show, Dr. Drew had a scan done of her brain.
Uh-huh.
And she shows like some damage in the part of her brain that shows empathy.
Oh, shit.
So is she low-key a psychopath?
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah. But I don't know. She seemed to be good to her girls and stuff, so.
Yeah. That was a long ass time ago, though.
Yeah, before her brain got fucking ruined by drugs, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Dr. Drew brought in her ex, Tom Sizemore, which I feel like is terrible, and another example of Dr. Drew's really
Dr. Drew's problematic.
terrible behavior, but he brought them together in one episode to confront each other, and Heidi seemed like she took it surprisingly well. She said kind of like the past is the past sort of thing. Uh-huh. But since then, she's talked about how much of a monster he is, and like the things that she said that he used to make her watch videos of like really degrading, not just sex acts, but like murders, like snuff film type things.
Whoa.
And so when they asked her about what she thought about this current thing with the rape of this young girl, she's like, I'm not surprised.
Wow.
After she got out of rehab, Heidi moved to Nevada and planned on opening a brothel called the Stud Farm, which was basically going to be a women's spa featuring male sex workers.
Right.
She bought several acres of land and made plans to develop a wind farm so that it'd be self-sustainable. We stand an environmentally conscious madam.
Yes.
She spent several years developing this, but it never got off the ground. I wouldn't be opposed to going to a brothel for women, but I for sure could never afford the brothel that I would want to go to. Like, it would have to be luxurious. And like, have you ever seen that show Gigolos?
No, but I've heard of it.
I think it was on Showtime.
I always see clips of it, like on those shows that do recaps.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It was like though that show sort of followed around male escorts, and they were usually greasy and roided out. And that seems to me like whenever you hear about a male escort, that's usually what they look like, and that's
Yes.
not what I would be looking for.
Right.
I want a nice guy in a sweater prostitute, a male prostitute, male sex worker. Does that exist? Is that a thing?
You want a Williams Sonoma type brothel?
Yes. Yes, that would be perfect. I want. Where has Martha Stewart ever gone to a brothel? I want to go to the brothel Martha Stewart goes to. Anyway, so she was engaged for a time to the late Dennis Hoff, who we all remember as the owner of the Moonlight Bunny Ranch.
I forgot he died, dude.
R.I.P. And you know that he died while he was running for state senate or something like that, and like he still won.
Right? That fool's ghost is gonna be your senator.
I would rather vote for the ghost of Dennis Hoff than Donald Trump.
Yeah, for real, me too.
Anyway, so yeah, Dennis Hoff, the owner of the Moonlight Bunny Ranch and one of the stars of the HBO documentary series Cat House.
Which was amazing.
Amazing. Go back and watch it. Is it on HBO Go? It has to be.
I don't know. I don't think so, dude.
Oh, God. Go back and watch it if you can find it. So good. Actually, go back and watch Taxi Cab Confessions.
Yes.
And maybe,
what was the one with the porn star where she would do like, was that just the one
Katie.
special? She was awesome.
Yeah, she was awesome.
She was also in that movie with Seth Rogen.
Yes, the porno, Zach and
Miri make a porno, yeah.
Yes. So what was her name? Katie what? I gotta find it now.
Me too. Katie Morgan.
Yes. So Katie Morgan used to have a show where she would just like talk about sex, like give sex advice and stuff like that on HBO.
She's like naked and shit.
Yeah, she's just naked in it, like just giving
cool.
like low key, like almost like a PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, she's cool.
So Heidi says that relationship came about because it was just nice to be in a relationship with someone who got her and like understood and just like got her former business.
Yeah.
When her dad died in 2014, RIP, Heidi inherited $1 million. So she's not hurting for cash at the moment.
Yeah.
She also flips Airstream trailers anonymously on eBay to hipsters and apparently quadruples her money on each trailer. So good for her because those are fucking expensive.
Yeah, they are.
They're sick. Like I want one so bad, but
yeah, Hoel's sister has one.
No, she has not an Airstream, but she has like the Jetsons looking one.
Oh yeah, like the one that's attachable.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah.
Nowadays, she says that the sex industry bores her, so don't look for her to hop back into it anytime soon. She lives in Pahrump, Nevada, where she fulfilled my dream of owning a laundromat called Dirty Laundry.
That's cool.
Isn't that real cool?
Yeah.
But also, I'm kind of like, I'm suspicious because, Heidi, you running a cash business?
Yeah, seriously.
What's going on?
It's literally laundering.
Yes.
Jesus. Damn, it's close to Death Valley?
Yeah, it's 60 miles outside of Vegas.
Oh, God.
It's like desolate. She thought she was going to kind of revitalize that area when she would open the stud farm and have like energy farm there. She was like, I'm basically going to start a new town out here, you know? And it kind of, I think that she was real disappointed when that didn't happen.
I bet.
So she has several dozen large and exotic birds that live in the house with her.
Yeah.
It's like a weird story. Her neighbor was the woman who was like the caretaker for the birds for the Tropicana Hotel.
Uh-huh.
And Heidi is like, when you hear her neighbors talk about her, they fucking love her because they know everything that she wanted to do, even though it didn't work out, like everything she wanted to do in the neighborhood. And she's like really good to them. I think she like repaved someone's driveway one day, and like
that's awesome.
This old man, his van broke down, so she got him like a new van, like a used van.
Yeah.
And like she just seems like a good neighbor. Anyway, she used to live next door to this woman who was the caretaker, and one day the woman called her over and she wasn't feeling well, so Heidi called her dad and was like giving him the symptoms, and then he was like, no, Heidi, you need to call the ambulance.
Wow.
So like the ambulance came, and then the woman left, and she said that her last words to her were like, take care of my birds. And then the woman never came home. She died.
Oh, wow.
So Heidi took all of the birds, and now she like all these birds live with her in her fucking house.
She fucking loves those birds.
She loves those birds. That's what
Yeah.
Dr. Drew was talking about. He was like, she has this, brain issue.
Right.
But she has this love for her birds.
Yeah.
Which is weird. But Tony Soprano also loved animals. Ducks, birds.
I was just telling Hoa we should try the challenge. We should challenge ourselves to watch The Sopranos.
Oh, you should.
All 6 seasons are on Amazon.
And HBO Go.
Oh, okay.
So whenever a magazine goes to interview her, they always go see her in her crazy parrot house, and they note how fucking crazy it is. Like, she has the parrot sleeping with her in her bed, poking holes in $4,000 sheets.
Great.
So aside from that, she seems like she's sort of keeping her shit together.
Good for her, dude.
I know that the meth might still be a mild problem. She says
especially
that,
in Pahrump, Nevada.
She says it's like when her dad died. Like, obviously that was a sad moment for her.
Right.
When Dennis Hoff died, like, another sad moment for her. I think that she uses it as a crutch, but like,
Yeah.
she's functioning. Her businesses are doing well. She's alive. Like, she's
Good for
she's
her.
living her best life. And
Yeah, hopefully quiet life, and she
yeah,
gets some rest and relaxation.
she deserved it.
Yeah.
And that's the story of the Hollywood Madam, Heidi Fleiss.
That was awesome, man. Good job. What a ride.
Who should play Heidi in the movie?
Ooh, Courtney Cox.
Ooh, that's perfect.
That's a good one, huh? Yeah.
Ooh, I was thinking Sarah Silverman.
Oh, yeah.
But
Sometimes Sarah Silverman's voice is like a whole ass thing.
yeah, you got to get past it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Remember what was that movie with, like, I want to say Seth Rogen and Michelle Williams?
Oh, I never saw that. Sarah Silverman's in that?
Or wait, was it like Ryan Gosling?
I have no idea.
Is Blue Valentine? Was she in Blue Valentine?
No.
Okay, never mind. I'm thinking of something else. Anyway, one of the cool parts of the documentary was when the dude was trying to track down, like, Heidi, trying to track her down. Like, it was funny. Like, he started off like with one connection to another connection. Like, oh, this person knows Victoria, and then like Victoria can connect you to this person, and then this person, this person. One of the persons in that chain was the director of the like the John Wayne Bobbitt porno.
Oh yeah.
And like, he was like, oh well, yeah, I could get you to one of Heidi's girls. And like, that's how he tracked her down.
That's funny. Well, guys, thanks for listening. Hit us up on Instagram and Twitter at Drama Club Pod. Hit us up on the website dramaclubpod.com and at the Gmail dramaclubpod@gmail.com.
On the hotline 505-539-0556 at our P.O. Box number 27433, Los Angeles, California 90027. The post office is right near Heidi's
cute
money laundering establishment. So anyway, we'll talk to you guys on Monday with a brand new Afternoon Delight episode.
Bye.
Bye.
However, whatever with your helmet.